Kevin Stefanski talked about Deshaun Watson being elected one of 5 captains by his teammates after the practice.
From every position there, so you don't need that C to determine that you're a leader. Now, having said that, these players voted for those guys, and Deshaun in particular, because you asked the question, but Deshaun, that's very, very natural for him to lead, and I think he's comfortable leading from out in front. I think he's comfortable from leading and letting his teammates get credit, and that's just something that he's always done his whole life, and just the way he's integrated himself into this football team is impressive to watch from the course of the moment he got here to now. Just seeing how he's gotten to know everybody on his team, how he pushes them, how he motivates them. I think you're seeing a lot of examples of high-quality leadership from Deshaun in particular.
Kevin Stefanski talking about Deshaun Watson being elected as one of 5 captains. The others were Joe Bitonio, Myles Garrett, Anthony Walker, and Charlie Hewlett, the long snapper on special teams. With that, let's welcome in Jared Mueller, Dogs by Nature. Jared, so Hopkins out at Cleveland Browns Stadium admitted as much yesterday that it's a tough place to kick, but Watkins has assumed the leadership role you hoped he would.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm just really excited the Browns decided to have their kicker at the stadium, right? At some level, outside of some specific training, I feel like the punters and the kickers should always be at Brown Stadium kicking, especially when it's home game weeks. Watson, from a leadership perspective, everything we can see, both, I've been on the ground there in Berea, but also, videos and just what we're hearing, totally different player and person than we saw last year. Definitely more comfortable in his skin, more comfortable with it being his team. And his teammates elected him to be a captain. And so it's just a good sign. When you're paying that kind of money, it's nice when you get all the rest of the stuff. In the end, he has to be a really good quarterback. He can be a great leader. Doesn't really matter if he's not a great quarterback, because that contract is about being a great quarterback. And then obviously the other 4, Charlie Hewlett has been a captain for a long time now. Myles is really the straw that stirs the drink, and so on and so on. So it's a really unique group. Anthony Walker, kind of that verbal leader in the middle of the defense, along with Joe Bitonio, who's been around basically the longest outside of Charlie Hewlett. So it's just an interesting group, but it's going to all come down to Watson's leadership and his play.
You know what? The other thing, his teammates genuinely, from what you can tell, seem to like him a lot.
Yeah, and it's real. He is a guy that people seem to enjoy to be around. He's loose, he's relaxed, but he wants to work hard, and he wants people to work hard with him. But his style is not, yelling in your face or anything like that. It's really let me teach, let me share, let me show. And so, yeah, teammates really like him. And I think that's really important in the NFL when you think about kind of that day-to-day grind and traveling together and, going through rehab together and eating together and all of that. It's important that, the quarterback is someone you want to be around and you believe in, you trust, all of those kind of things.